This is an Infiniti M45 Sport. It looks great, but it's not 100% original. See, the wheels on the car right now come from an Infiniti M56 Sport. These wheels were also offered on the Infiniti M37 Sport, and much later in the generation, the Q70 Sport. Even if you did not have the Sport version of those vehicles, you could still get these wheels, or some very similar to these wheels. If you got the wheel and tire package, you'd get, pretty much the same design. So as you can see, these wheels look good and quite desirable for not only the Infiniti M and the Q70s, but many different vehicles and many different models. And I think in the Infiniti line, modern vehicles, I think these wheels do work well with very many different ones. The specs are great, and not only that, the color is really good as well. So that's why I use them on the Infiniti M45. They are special wheels. I think most of us agree to that. And if you wanted to buy them from the dealership, each of them would cost about $1,000. Yes, $1,000 each. I've bought a lot of wheels in my time, and so a few years back I discovered that there was a way to get around it. If I told you that Nissan basically undercut themselves and got that same design, but a lot cheaper. So this one right here, this wheel, you'd have to buy it as an accessory wheel. The other one is like a wheel. If you gave them your VIN number, they would try to sell you the $1,000 version. But if you bought the accessory wheel with this part number right here, you have to be very careful with the part number. You can get this wheel for $400 or less. Now I already did the rough work of unboxing it, but let's look inside to see what you actually get for less than half the cost, right? Let's drop this. This, and there you go. You get a dark gray aluminum wheel. As you can see, the design is pretty much the same. It's just that it's cheaper, right? So as much as I know that silver color or hyper silver, whatever the official name of that color is, it's kind of hard to get it, by the way. It's hard to get someone to repaint it for you or whatever. As much as we know the silver color is special or unique or nice, that can't be the only thing that accounts for $600 in difference, right? There has to be something else. And yeah, actually there is. So let's look at this wheel. And I'm going to enlist the help of these other wheels. This one here, for example, and this one here. I'll explain why I have these wheels out here. So as you can see, these wheels look similar. To the face, to the naked eye, they look like they're pretty much the same wheel. But I'll show you a few differences in a bit. So this one here is a brand new wheel. When you buy it, this is all you get. Inside the box is a little bit of literature, but again, I bought a few OEM wheels through my, in my time, and I think one of the things they usually do is give you lug nuts. No, not with the accessory wheel. I guess at this point they're assuming you already have lug nuts anyway, right? So just go ahead and do it. So let's look at this wheel. It's got some sort of a number there that I can't really decipher. It could be the 20th week. Nope, could be the 20th of March, 2016. I'm not 100% sure. We're just kind of gambling over here, but that looks like a clock time, right? So looking at the back side, again, to the naked eye, unless you've been dabbling with Infiniti wheels for a while, this looks very normal, but it's a little different. By the way, this is brand new. That's what it looks like from the factory. Okay, that's cool. Looks good, looks nicely done. I do have my qualms about Infiniti paint sometimes and finishing and the wheels peeling over time, but so far that looks good. Okay, so look at these wheels right here. They're pretty much the same. As I said, the only difference is that that's got that silver color, the hyper silver or just special silver, versus that gray gunmetal thing going on over there. But we also have something else, another difference. So again, the part number behind this original wheel, when you look at the back, there's a part number somewhere here, right here, 1MA4A. And I believe, is this the newest one or is it 1MU4A? I can't remember, but this number right here is pretty much the same. That's a part number. Now when you look at this brand new wheel, this accessory wheel, surprisingly, it's the same part number right there. But when you buy it from the box, it is 1MU9J, so that's one difference. Although the casting, the metal itself seems similar, for whatever reason, they felt like by the time you end up buying this wheel, we're going to give you a different part number. And as I said, it might be just because of the finish being different or some other reasons that we don't understand. Otherwise, the major features of the wheel are pretty much the same. 20/9 with an offset of 43, CG 48. I'm not really sure what that is. DOT H1. Okay, let's look at that. Over here we have DOT 20/9, offset 43, CG 48. So pretty much similar, right? So now this one here, and this is a funny thing which I don't fully understand what's going on with all the colors, but this is one of those things that you wouldn't notice unless you, for example, took off the tire. But when you look at the barrels, they look different, right? This one here versus this one here. And if you look at this one here, it looks a little different too. They have the machining marks ending somewhere in the middle. So it does this one here. That one's got a little bit of black on the downside, you know, inside there, black underlayment, you know. I'm not technical with painting terms. This one here looks a little different is all I can say, right? So these wheels, as much as they look similar on the face, on the back, they are a little different. Can you see it? Again, at a quick glance, they look similar, but one of the things I've usually said about the older wheels, or maybe the original wheels and the accessory wheels, however you want to look at that, is that if you were to use spacers, you have to be very careful, because this one here has got deep pockets. This one here, well, the story kind of writes itself over here. There's a little bit of a fight going on with this one, and I bet whoever installed it had a really wobbly tire situation. So that's what we have over here. See the backside? Yeah, barely, it's not deep enough, like there's barely any depth, so you can't really get, depending on the type of space that you use, this might be something worth considering. But is that it? Is there anything else? Yes, there is something else. If you look a little more carefully, you'll realize that these reliefs over here, not as aggressive, not as long. Look at those over there. And see, that looks like a small difference, but it does add up because you've got multiple of them. And as a result, this wheel is just a little lighter than this wheel over here. But how about this? Let's take them to the scale, and so that we can weigh each wheel, and then we'll know what's up. So this one here is the original wheel, 100% original. Let me take this with me. And we're going to see how much it weighs. I guess we're gonna find a way to make it work. Let's get this on. This scale has been very, very useful. Okay, let's go ahead and zero that. Okay, 0 pounds. Set this wheel over. $32.8 is what the original wheel weighs. And this one has a few weights and things like that, so just take that into consideration. I'll set this off to the side. Then I'm gonna go ahead and bring let's get the brand new wheel without the weights or anything, you know. It's a little different. Go ahead and set this one on. Yes, we have 0. So go ahead and set this down. $33.6. That's a little heavier. Again, nothing else on it, no weights. Got a few weights. Wheel cap doesn't really weigh much. What else do we have? TPMS? No, we do not have anything here. So that's 33.6 is what we have in here. Let me take this one off. That should be enough, but I'm going to get the other one, the one that is painted silver. I don't know the story behind this wheel. I bought them as a set, and I just got this one with it. So I'd like to know what is the story on this one. So let's see. What's your guess? 33.6 as well? Yeah, probably. Maybe 0.8, being that it's got weights on it. 33.6. So there you go. That's the difference. That's the difference between that wheel and that wheel. Now, do you want to pay $600 for a special silver color and barely 2 pounds difference? I don't know. That's really up to you, but I think structurally and to the naked eye, no one can tell any difference when you look at them, you know, on the faces. So anyway, long video, but I wanted to talk about that option wheel. I don't know if everybody knows about it. I bought these wheels some time back, and I've been meaning to do a good video on it, but I guess I just couldn't really figure out how the content was going to be laid out. I did not just want to post them as, hey, these are for sale. So this is, I will sell these wheels. As I said, you can usually get them for less than 400, and being that they are accessories, usually you get some different deals going on, like free shipping. Sometimes when they were a little more expensive, like $600, you could get them for like 25% off. It was an interesting deal. It's always cheaper to buy these than the original wheels. So, but for now, here are the wheels. I'm selling mine, and I'm selling them for, I have a few sets, so I'm selling each set for $1,200. And again, I'll give you the part number, and if you can find them cheaper elsewhere, go for it, you know? So yeah, that's it. I hope this video helps. And if you'd like to get the look, you know, the $4,000 look without spending $4,000, hey, we do have options out there, okay? All right, all the best. Talk to you guys later.